So we're here, we have the newspapers, we would want to take a look at them, and Mamavi will start with the Daily Graphic.
Front page of the paper, man sues 37 military hospital. Don't go to polling centers drunk. Yehono admonishes security personnel. NDC will retain power based on record. That's according to the communications minister, Omani Boama. We're ready for December 7th, says EC, but 3 political parties divided. And it comes with a picture of Mr. Ivor Greenstreet, Nana Akufo-Addo, and President John Mahama on the front page of the paper, as well as the EC chair, Charlotte Osei. Back page of the Daily Graphic, EA trains 1,000 e-health technical assistants to collect health delivery data. But let's go to page 16. Just a little bit of the story about a man sued in the 37 military hospital. Sounds familiar though, but is this a different issue altogether? And it says that a 37-year-old man, interesting, he's suing the 37 military hospital and he's 37 years as well. He sued 6 medical doctors at the 37 military hospital and 3 others for alleged negligence in medical care, leading to loss of part of his right leg. Yeah, it's the same story. You can read a lot more of the story. The man is also here in the paper, really, Mr. Wisdom Tetena. There's a picture of him. You can grab the paper and then read a lot more of the details. Well,
so we have the front page of the Daily Guide here. It says NDC fights MPP over Woyoma. We have wind of change is blowing, according to Nana. 6 killed at Akonsombo. And you have a picture of one of the accidented vehicles. But on the center spread of the paper, we have reject NDC cash, Prophet Owusu Bempa warning Ghanaians. And apparently there was a snub by the top movie actors in Ghana at the movie awards party that took place, I believe, from over the weekend. We're told that some of the top artists, A-list artists like Majid, Jackie Appiah, Yvonne Nelson, etc., had not made their presence felt at the event. Do they still act?
Yeah, they do. I think more of Ghana-Niger collaborations, or maybe Nigerian movies.
Okay, all right.
The Ghanaian Jackie Appiah is very popular, very popular
in the West African sub-region.
In the South, actually, the Southern Africa. I was a bit surprised.
Wow.
Yeah. The Ghanaian Times newspaper will collect Woyoma's money and all others. That's according to the communications minister, Dr. Omani Boama. Fire ravages Akwetia line shops. Accra will see more projects, according to Alfred Oko van der Poy, who is the AMA boss. Back page of the Ghanaian Times, phase 1 Kaswa interchange opens today. Year recruits 1,000 for data collection. I want to see the day when the interchange in my hood, my neighborhood, will also be open. I'm really looking forward to it. But this is the first phase of a Kaswa interchange. It will be open to traffic today by President John Dramani Mahama. The project, which is about 80% complete, will ease the perennial traffic on that portion of the road. All right, there are more stories in this paper when you grab it. Let me just share a bit of this fire incident. It says about 20 wood processing shops at Akwetia Line in Kumasi were completely burnt down by a blazing fire which hits the area in the late hours of Sunday. The inferno, which started around 10 p.m., destroyed property and items estimated to be worth thousands of Ghana cedis. Really sad incidents. Well,
so we have the Business and Financial Times. It has on the front page, Omni Bank officially unveiled as the 32nd bank, targets a 1 million account and 3 billion Ghana cedis in deposit by 2020. We had the Chief of Staff, who was the guest speaker at the event. Also present was the Governor of the Bank of Ghana. Bank of Ghana moves to further strengthen CD defenses and data innovation and consolidation key to Africa-Tel growth. But Zoomlion inaugurates a $45 million Lavender Hill project, and it's managed by Seaway Systems, a subsidiary of the Jospon Group.
Let's do the Finder newspaper. 3 firms fire 460 workers in last quarter of the year. I'll share a bit of that with you. Don't invest SNIT cash in new Woyome deal, according to Occupy Ghana. There are some documents making rounds. I'll make Western Region oil hub in West Africa. Nana Akufo-Addo saying there. Commander Sugar Factory starts production today. Kalipo comments is flawed. Now, this comment made by the National Commission for Civic Education Regional Director, that's the Ashanti Regional Director, Mr. Al-Hassan Yakubu. And there's a comment on that it's flawed. But personally, I'm thinking that why should he even open his mouth to say this? You're bringing people's attention to this. I mean, these are not comments you make. This is somebody's brand, by the way. I mean, I think it had died down. Let it go. Why resurrect?
Yeah.
I mean, do you know how hard it is to build a brand? And this is not a political brand. It's gotten itself into all these politics, and then you bring it up again. People will certainly take it to the polling station only because you reminded them.
Yes.
Yeah.
We'll see how that goes.
Let me, Roland, before you come in, this report about firms firing some 460, let me just touch on it. It says, despite the alarming unemployment rates in the country, companies continue to lay off workers in large numbers, a reflection of how businesses are struggling to survive in the challenging economic environment. About 460 workers are being retrenched by 3 different organizations in this last quarter of the year. You can read about it. It's the final investigation. Well, I'm done.
We have the new crusading guide. I will deliver. Akufo-Addo assures as he promises integrated rail systems. Bannerman scares NDC with mammoth health walk as he assures supporters of protection. Bawumia presents a mortal threat to the NDC, H. Kwesi Prempeh. And then we have NDC Upper West Akim in tatters. PC accused of threatening executives with juju. Those are the stories we have. Front page of the new crusading guide.
We'll end with the Daily Statesman newspaper. Over 98,000 special voters still on main register. Mahama represents NDC's dubious nature, according to the MPP.
Are you voting on the...
Hackman, yes, I am. No, not on the special, because I didn't send my details early enough. Hackman tells CDS, stop intimidating Ghanaians. Occupy Ghana warns SNITs against funding new Woyome deal. Reverend Bempa warns journalists, take NDC's ritual money. Oh, monies and lose your lives. Okay, well. You can read the other stories in the Daily Statesman newspaper.
Okay, so that'll make up for the hard copies. Now let's go to the technology of the day. ITE-related stuff, and Thabo Mbeki arrives in Ghana today. Leads Commonwealth Observer Mission for December polls. And we also have Zimbabwe note to launch Stokes currency fears. And it says Zimbabwe has launched its own currency for the first time since the country's dollar was abandoned 7 years ago amid rampant inflation. They call it a bond note. Akumiamo's government record in fighting judgment debt. Commander Sugar Factory to restart production. That's my opinion, politically incorrect equalization. Mahama to commission Kaswa interchange tomorrow.
That's today.
Okay, I'm reading what's on the site. Yariga's APC endorses Mahama. Bawumia presents a mortal threat to the NDC, H. Kwesi Prempeh. So we have other stories also on the main page of the portal myjoyonline.com. Let's go to City. Bawumia Japs Mahama says achievements are minimal. NDC MPP buying votes ahead of December 7, and this is a concern being raised by CODEO. And CODEO is a coalition of domestic election observers. Now, 2 missing ballot boxes found in Apua. And we know those 2 are among 6 that got off from a pickup truck that was conveying them to a destination. Was it somewhere in the Western region, Mamavi? Stay away from Woyome's new deal. Occupy Ghana wants SNIT. And those are the stories we have frontlining the main page of City FM online. We have Moreno charged with improper conduct by the FA. Moreno getting the infamous headlines always the last 2 months. On the Africa page of the BBC, apparently Zimbabwe notes move stokes currency fears. Okay, this is what we read on Major Online. I'm sure the source is from the BBC as well, so we've come to the original page. Apology for domestic violence makeup tips. It was about a Moroccan TV channel apologizing for a segment showing women how to hide signs of domestic violence if they had bruises, etc. I think that was as bad as it can get, or it could get.
Instead of tackling the source of the issue.
We'll see how that goes. So those ultimately are the stories we have front page.
Roland, that's it.
Portals. Okay, so go ahead.
There's a big charge on WhatsApp, says Roland and Mavi, I bore you people, pa. Anytime I text you, don't even read it.
Okay, we just read
it.
It's very
Gamanche from Tatale Sanguli. Apologies for the previous messages that we haven't read. And the text goes on to say, are there specific people that we read from? No, there aren't. They're
just many messages, and we don't even know the people who tend to give us a message.
Okay, so here's one says, good morning, Roland Mamavi. Did you get your accreditation from the EC? How did they spell your names? A very good morning to students and staff of Kayoro JHS. I don't have mine yet. I'm looking forward to it. But to be fair, I think there were some other people from another network, that's the Global Media Alliance, who said there were no mistakes in theirs. That's also, like a big media house. We know that major mistakes on the City FM accreditation, more of the guys at City FM got their names, not spelled out correctly. Really, really shameful. And considering the fact, I think the bashing a lot yesterday was the fact that it was these same mistakes, administrative errors, that sends some presidential candidates, I mean, they wouldn't have made it if not for the Supreme Court. These same mistakes, I mean, and they make it on our accreditation. Like, there's no excuse. Like, we have to keep giving it to the Electoral Commission for the errors that they made. I'm looking forward to mine. And if they don't know, we'll end up in the Supreme Court.
There'll be no court issue. You just go and it will be replaced for you. It's just a laminated paper and a printout, so.
No, we paid for it, Roland. We paid for it.
How much did we pay for it? 10 cities?
Yeah, but I heard that depending on, which of the, if you went through the GJA, you probably paid 20 cities or something of the sort. I know that we went through we went through GIBA, the Independent Broadcasters Association. We paid 10 cities, did we? But considering it's all of us, as in all of us, Roland, it's not just Joy News, it's Adum TV, Adum FM, Joy FM, Asempa, like all of us. Lab FM and Shira FM, all our colleagues in the other regions. That's very expensive. Okay, this one says, keep on the hard work for Mother Ghana, but I want to tell all presidential and parliamentary candidates to come to Tado Kufu for us to see them before we vote for them. I am Bashiru Jinapo from Tumu in the Upper West region. That's a hard charge, man. This one says, it's also Bempa, MPP member or a pastor. Stop calling him a man of God. Well, hey, who is this? Mr. Tom from Belgium having your say on our platform. Well, thanks for sharing your thoughts. This one says, can you help me confirm how 100% sure this information is? Okay, so I'm not going to put this out. I'm going to read it privately and then we'll give you a response. This one says, good morning. We're all preaching now. Is peace before, during, and after December polls. After exercising your legal franchise, please move back home as you wait for the final result. Chale for peace. That's the hashtag. My regards to all peace ambassadors and foster our management. All right, thanks a lot for that message. 0560 800,000. This one says, looking forward to what you have for us today. Daniel in Oyarifa. Good morning. Thanks for the message. Thanks for the nice things you say, Daniel in Oyarifa. This one says, there's a statement purported to come from the EC circulating on social media that all those who apply for EC jobs online but didn't get selected are included in the special voting. Please check for me. It is one of the many questions that we'll ask the Electoral Commission today. Because, the mistakes on the accreditation is also one of the things we're going to talk to the Electoral Commission about. So we'll definitely pass on what you say. We still have lots of messages We can't read all right now, but we promise we'll share a lot more with you.